Hey everyone, it's Anwar over at Cobblers Plus, and today's the day where we finally talk about the Vibram Eton versus Dainite sole. So come join us and check out what we have for you. So, as everyone knows, or at least most of you know, I've been doing a test so far of a pair of shoes where I have one that has the Vibram Eton sole. Is that it, right? Yeah, Vibram Eton, and the Dainite rubber sole. So, comparison-wise, so far, obviously, as far as wear goes, there's not much. You can see how beaten up these are. I really didn't want to shine or do anything to them. You know, kind of like when you're checking under the hood of an engine of a car, you don't really wash it. Even the mechanics request that you don't wash it so they could see what's going on under the hood. Well, I did the same thing for all of you, and there really isn't much else to tell. I mean, you know, if you want to take a closer look, wear seems to be fairly similar so far as durability wise. It does seem like the Eton heel is just ever so slightly worn down. I did a measure on the very outside edge, which is first point of impact when your heel lands, and the measurements for the Dainite is 1.0 or 1 inch 0.05, sorry, and this one, however, is 1.04, so it's like 0.005 inch difference. So very, very minor, very little, and it could be also because that the Vibram is slightly softer, so it kind of compressed down, but rubber usually kind of forms back into shape. So I'm assuming it's mostly from the wear. As far as the toes, I'm not much of a person who wears out the toes often. I usually tend to wear the middle of the sole, and it's very hard to measure the exact thickness of what's going on and everything. There's a lot of things that need to be considered about what's going on. Now, as far as, you know, overall traction goes, I haven't had the opportunity to try it out in mucky situations, just because we haven't really had any kind of rain, snow, or slush yet here in Colorado in the last 2 weeks. So I haven't had that opportunity. However, I have been able to go and transition between dirt. We have dirt on our driveway and gravel and everything. Tried that out on grass as well. Just basically all over the place, excluding snow, slush, mud, those kinds of things. The Dainite does seem to grip just a little bit better in, say, grassy areas, as far as on pavement and you know, gravel and dirt. These seem to both, you know, work fairly well. This one just a tiny bit better in the outdoor environment with the Dainite sole, because these pegs do stick out a little bit more and they're a little bit heftier. Where the Vibram one, it did very well. It just ever so slightly did a little worse than the Dainite. However, when it came to a smooth surface that was wet and slippery, polar opposites by a long shot, in other words. We had some, I'll actually show you the clip, we had some tannery back there. It's a spray that we use sometimes to clean off leather goods and everything. It got on the floor and I didn't see it, and so when I was taking a step, I ended up sliding and almost doing the splits with the Dainite sole, and that was terrifying. I mean, I almost did the splits. I'm not very flexible, so doing the splits for me is no thank you. But I'll let you check out that clip right now, and you know, Janelle will stand there recording for me with the camera, so check it out and you can see for yourself me showing off the difference between these two for you. All right, everyone, so obviously, as I mentioned, we got some weird stuff here. This is called tannery that we use here at our shop, right there. And we had a bunch here on the floor, and I almost slipped and fell. I mean, you can't see it because it's semi-clear, but left foot is Dainite, and that thing is slippery. Obviously, this stuff is very slippery. Look at my foot sliding. And here's the Vibram, right? Yep, we got the Vibram on the right foot. It doesn't slide as badly. It slides, but not nearly as bad. With the Dainite, woo! I'm about to do the splits with just the Dainite. I gotta hold on to the machine. So, Dainite does not do good with tannery at all. Not even a little bit. If I had Dainite on both soles, I'd be able to slide all over the place. I can't even stand up. Watch, just standing on it with one foot.
It shut off. Oh, nope.
That's just the screen.
Okay.
Janelle's back here recording. But look at that. One foot, I'm swiveling around. Whoa, I'm about to fall. All right, right foot. I actually have to try with the Vibram. Back to the Dainite. Look at how easily, whoa. Feel like I'm on ice. So, that gives you an idea versus the Dainite. So the Dainite, again, is on my left foot. Right there. And that stuff is slippery. Slippery. Vibram on the right foot. Stuff slips a little, but even pivoting on one foot, there you go. Gives you an idea, perspective of grip. I didn't realize that until I started walking through here. I'm like, whoa. And my left foot landed right there where the Dainite is, and that thing is still slippery. Jesus. All right, I'll see you guys back in a minute. Yeah, it's a little interesting, basically. I mean, this one did phenomenal, so I can definitely vouch for it. Like my very first video where I talked about Vibram versus Dainite, now I have some evidence proving the fact that this one does grip a lot better as far as the surfaces, and durability wise this one seems to be a little bit more durable and holds up better in the outdoors. But durability wise, again, is very, very minor, and we're gonna have to figure that out in the long term of things of wearing and kind of go from there, and just keep an eye on it. Again, I've been kind of tracking it and wearing every other day. I will leave in the description the days that I wore it, and you know, the amount that I wore and everything. It's all broken down. I've worn them a total of 6 days so far. Tomorrow will be the 7th day. Tomorrow, let's see, is Saturday actually, which is, or sorry, Sunday, which is when I'm posting this for Sole Talk Sunday, but today's Saturday as of our recording at the moment, just because I won't be able to get that video recorded for you guys and post it on Sunday because I gotta wear these shoes all day long Sunday. So otherwise this video will be going up late at night, and I'm trying to avoid doing that. But to give you an estimate of what's going on, over the last 6 days that I have worn them, I have gotten in 19.4 miles in of walking in these things. So we're going to be averaging probably about 6 to 7 days, depending on which day of the week it falls under, that I'm wearing these. So next video, I'm most likely going to be wearing them on a Saturday. So I'll have to take them off in the middle of the Saturday recording and kind of let you see what it's looking like. But for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and clean them up, condition them, polish them, because 2 weeks of beating them up and they look shabby, and I work in a cobbler shop. I can't have my shoes looking shabby. I did not touch these as far as conditioning or treating them or anything, because I want everybody to see, again, what's going on with them. Shoes are obviously, the uppers will vary, they're holding up great, but I wanted everybody to see what's going on the bottom here, and that's what we're showing you. So I hope this was enjoyable so far. Not much change there, but other than the fact that figuring out that the Vibram holds up a lot better on smooth, slippery, you know, wet surfaces. And even today I had a gentleman drop by a pair of Allen Edmonds that he was asking which one I should get, and I had finally officially tested it, and I'm able to say, because he works at a hospital, the Vibram Eton was a much better choice for him. So thank you for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Again, not too much updates, but we'll see here again in a couple of weeks and give you an update. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, make sure to give a thumbs up, because of YouTube's algorithm. The more thumbs ups and likes that we get, as well as sharing the video, the faster our channel will grow. And I know a number of you have been bugging me saying, you got to get your channel to grow more. Well, apparently that's how I'm supposed to have it grow. So share the video, give a thumbs up and like it, comment again down below for any questions, or check out our website, CobblersPlusCO, if you are wanting either one of these soles done for your shoes. I am still working on those other Allen Edmonds, by the way. I got a little delayed with some projects here over the last couple of weeks that I had to finish out before I can really do anything. So I'm hoping to have these Allen Edmonds that I have got back there. I forgot which ones they were. They were the blue ones, not Strand Mox. It's an Allen Edmonds shoe. You'll see it later. But I'm putting the polar opposite shoes or soles onto the shoes. So on that one, it's going to be Dainite on the right foot and Vibram on the left foot. Kind of redundant, I know. Everyone's thinking like, well, why don't you just put Vibram and Vibram on one and then Dainite and Dainite on the other? Well, because of this clip that I showed you comparison-wise while I was wearing them, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd basically have to spray the floor down again and re-record the video with the opposite shoes on. But regardless, stay tuned for that one. As soon as we have it going, I'll be able to show you two shoes side by side with polar opposites and be able to give you an idea of what's going on with both soles. Also, a little sneak peek, well, not sneak peek, but a teaser. I have a third sole coming into play that's going to be competing against the winner. I probably mentioned it before. I know Simon, by the way, a little shout out to you, Simon. You're a huge fan of the channel and a huge shoe enthusiast, I know. He was bugging me to find out what it is. It's a sole that's very similar, very well known, and I think you guys are going to be excited to see which one is going to be competing against that sole in particular. So stay tuned for that. It's going to take a few months before we can get around to it. But again, thank you for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.